It's time for breakfast. What am I gonna make for breakfast? Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. But welcome to an all new episode of Edible Eds. How are you doing? Good to see you. I missed you. Welcome back. So on today's episode, I came up with this kind of crazy idea that kind of mixes two breakfast pastries together. It's called cinnamon roll nuts. You might be wondering, Edible Ed, what's a cinnamon roll nut? Well, for those of you that didn't catch on, it's a cinnamon roll and a donut mixed together. So it's a cinnamon roll and a donut. Cinnamon roll nut. Let's break the internet with this one, guys. Cinnamon roll nut. Sounds good? Sounds good to me. Let's get started.
For this recipe, we're going to be using my easy bread recipe as the base. If you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. But it's basically some flour, some cinnamon sugar, some yeast, mix all of that together. And then we're going to incorporate some really, really cold butter into that mixture. Just keep massaging it and moving it and massaging it and moving it until it becomes like a slightly shaggy dough. You're gonna add some honey to that and then some milk to combine it, and then we mix all of that together to combine until it becomes a very shaggy dough. So just keep mixing, and then we're gonna put it down for a nap, about an hour, so it could proof, let that yeast rise. Now we're gonna make our cinnamon sugar butter for the middle of the cinnamon roll nut. Gonna throw some cinnamon sugar, some vanilla, and a whole stick of softened butter, and just mix to combine. Just keep mixing it until it becomes a smooth paste. And if any falls out of the bowl, make sure to put that back in there because the tabletop is clean. Hour later, here's our shaggy dough. Turn it out onto a well-floured surface. Add a little bit of flour. Just gonna fold it a couple times just to kind of get that tackiness gone. Once that tackiness is gone, then we're gonna roll it out to the size of a sheet pan, whatever measurement that is. I'm not a math major, so I don't know, but the size of the sheet pan. And then we're gonna add our cinnamon sugar butter mixture. I left about an inch and a half without any of that sugar so it would roll up, because that's gonna be the middle of the cinnamon roll nut. So we're gonna punch that hole out. You don't wanna waste any of that cinnamon sugar. So now it's time to just punch those holes out like I was mentioning before. Just punch all those holes out, kind of make sure that the dough sticks together, because it's going to want to pull apart once it's in the fryer. And if it does, that's fine. But this is our cinnamon roll nuts. I let those sit for another hour to proof and get big. Real big things. And then we're going to make our glaze. So I got some powdered sugar, of course my vanilla extract, and a splash of milk. It's not going to look like a lot, but it's just enough. And you just mix it, combine until it turns into a nice glaze. See the little vanilla beans in there? beans, vanilla beans. And we throw our cinnamon roll nuts, proofed cinnamon roll nuts. You can see they got fatter, into fryer, 350 degrees for about 2 minutes total. Once they start to cook and turn brown, that's when you know they're done. And then you go ahead and dunk them like a basketball player. Just dunk them into that glaze. And look at those babies. Those babies look good. Real good babies. If there's extra glaze, just throw it on top. Give that milk to the babies. Those babies want milk. Now it's time to enjoy.
Whoa. That's a bunch of cinnamon roll nuts. Oh man. Look at that guy. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. On the outside, it's nice and crispy, crunchy. The inside is so buttery soft, cinnamony, sugary, and then the glaze itself is a nice accoutrement. It's not too sweet, but it kind of ties everything together. It's delicious. It's another way of preparing two things that everyone likes: cinnamon rolls and donuts. I hope you give this recipe a try. Thanks a lot for checking in with me. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Emma Bites is still in her PJs, her Spider Girl PJs. Let me see your web wings. Okay, who's ready for some yummy superpower breakfast?
Yum, yum, yum.
Okay, here it comes. Here you go. Whoa, cinnamon roll nut. Mmm. All right, superhero approved. Is it delicious? It's scrumptious? It's scrumdiddly-umptious? You could pick it up and eat it.